McDaniel is a beautiful college with a wide array of classes. While there is a wide selection of courses you can take here, there is a limited group of black faculty on campus. This underrepresentation can cause a sense of hyper-awareness for black students here at McDaniel.
Showing up in certain spaces where people just solely don't look like me, it kind of puts me in the mind frame of sometimes that I have to be more informational or more inclusive because I could be looked at as a token. I also could be looked at as someone who is less than, and I may have to show up and be like, hey, this is not what my people just are.
And studies show this that students often do better in an environment when they see themselves represented. So I think the fact that we lack black faculty is a problem for our black students.
While living in a conservative town, at times you may notice some microaggressions and become more aware of your surroundings. During the recent election, some students were concerned about their safety in Westminster.
But throughout the years that I've been here, I've definitely heard from students and had experience, myself, where people said that they were out in the community, not on campus, and felt unwelcome or, looked at funny or, harassed.
On edge and just aware. Being here for 4 years, I have experienced the hostility when it comes to like politics and just the general, ideas that people in Westminster have.
So I felt like, I had to be more cautious about what I do in the store. I actually went grocery shopping before the election so I could stay inside.
Me and my friend group in particular came up with a post-election and during election plan. So how we're going to make sure that we're safe, how we're going to make sure that we reach out to our family members if anything was to happen, and what will we do to ensure that we're safe at all times. Since the majority of my friend group and majority of the spaces that I occupy are along with many other black women.
In order to further diversify the campus, some faculty are starting to think of some ways to decolonize the curriculum and allow more inclusiveness in our classrooms.
What we're focusing on, and one of the initiatives that I'm leading, is really what's called decolonizing the curriculum. And it's something that is not necessarily new. People have been talking about this for years. It's new to us at McDaniel College, something that we're focusing on. I am and several of my colleagues as well, in particular. We feel that once people really talk about faculty, understand how to do this, that it will be extremely beneficial for our students of color. It will allow them to see themselves in the curriculum.
I would love to see more increasing representation from the black community here on campus at all levels, right? I mean, I think that the campus is, pretty uniquely positioned as a small liberal arts college that we're almost a third, I think, black students now.
Like people who aren't culturally aware, people who are, racist or prejudiced. It's not always the older generation. Sometimes it's still passed down, it's still taught. So I feel like even though people are, transferring out or graduating, I feel like if you still have those core values and you still, develop that and put an effort towards it, then it'll definitely make a difference in the community.
There should absolutely be more classes that offer the black experience, or at least talk about the history of the black experience, or even, address skills in having and conducting difficult conversations, because I feel like, especially in a lot of the STEM fields or a lot of the STEM subjects here on campus, you can completely avoid having those difficult conversations. You can completely avoid, delving into, black studies here. And I feel like, or even minority studies just in general. And I feel like if the school wants to stake its claim on being a liberal arts college and, forming well-rounded students, being well-versed or at least understanding a lot of the social issues that we have in our society is a part of that well-roundedness.
At McDaniel, hopefully we can get to a point where all students can see themselves in their classrooms and in our staff and faculty.